Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time we began the quest Missing in Action and cleared out the House of Clan Greymane, at least of everything that was useful. They eventually turned friendly, so I'm not stealing stuff that I would just sell. Today, and we also talked to 2 of the 6 Battleborns. Today we're going to at least clear out their house, talk to the others, advance Missing in Action, and if we have time, and I'm hopeful that I will, I'm going to tackle the Temple of Kynareth, another place where we'll only steal useful things because you can eventually turn it friendly, and the Hall of the Dead. I'd like to get it all done because then I'll be ready to move on to Dragon's Reach and Jorvaskr. What time is it? 6:53 p.m. It's probably actually alright. We are already friends with the Battleborns, so that's not much of an issue. I need to find Lars, Idolaf, Ulfrid, and Bergrit. We've spoken to John and Alfhild. We might as well start at the actual house. Everything in here should already be free to take because we helped Alfhild out at the farm. And it is. Awesome. We've read all of Rising Thread and Songs That Return. We've read Woodcutter's Wife. It's getting to the point now where most of the books I find are repeats, so I'll only announce it if I find something new. Like this one, Troll Slaying, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's a guide to killing trolls, which, apart from describing how trolls are ball-stompingly strong if you're not careful, says that the secret is fire. Now the book lies a little bit. It claims that the ability to regenerate is somehow temporarily halted if you use fire, and that isn't true. Fire just does extra damage. Still very useful in the act of killing trolls, though. Over here now. Cowhide and Elkhide. Haven't found anything for my gear checklist or Hearthfire list in a while. I need 3 more Deerhide / Elkhide after this one. Cowhide, of course, is just smithing supplies, which is great. Do the first floor first. Pretty straightforward. It's nice when everything's actually free to take. Makes it easy. Alright. Where to next? Let's head to this bedroom. I think we've read The Cake and the Diamond. Let me double check just to be sure. Yes. Here's something important. Battle of Sancre Tor. It's a 2-handed skill book, and it talks about the historical Battle of Sancre Tor. It's pretty straightforward, but Still good to know. That's our first two-handed skill book. You got 4 left to find. Excuse me. Just adding things to the list. Harvesting Frostbite Spider Venom. Another new book. You could consider it much like Horker Attacks, Troll Slaying, and the Urbane's Bestiary series. More than anything else, it's just a description of one of Skyrim's native creatures, in this case, the Frostbite Spider. Now there's Lars. We can't pick his pocket, obviously, but I'm just going to go talk to him, and he's actually going to give us a miscellaneous quest.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time. My friend Olava, the seer, she says things will get better for me once I start sticking up for myself. I can't fight, not even a little bit. My family thinks I'm a little milk drinker.
What does a kid do for fun around here?
Well, I used to sneak out at night and try to tip over the big ox in the Greymane's yard. And me and Mila used to climb up on the roof of Dragon's Reach and look for birds' eggs. But I don't do that stuff anymore. Father keeps
having trouble,
and I get in trouble. Yes, Braith bullies me all the time. All the elders think I'm a milk drinker because I can't fight. Nobody understands. If you can get Braith to leave me alone, I'll be your best friend. Forever. I'll pay you too. My whole life savings.
I'll talk to this girl.
Oh, good. She'll listen to you. I just know it.
There we go. Convince Braith to stop bullying Lars.
Bye. Yes?
Which is pretty easy to do. Let's clear out his room, and then take a minute to go find Braith. The Bear of Markarth is a new book. It's essentially the opposite of Nord's Arise. It's the anti-Ulfric propaganda about what an evil dude he is and how awful the way he acted in the Forsworn Uprising was. Alright. Let's go find Braith before we do anything else. So I can mark that quest finished. And now she's probably inside Amren's house.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What are you looking at? I'm not afraid of you.
You need to stop bullying Lars Battleborn.
Yeah? Why?
I'm his bodyguard. Mess with him, you mess with me.
Okay, I'll leave him alone. I was just kidding around. Besides, if he'd only kiss me, I wouldn't have to beat him up all the time.
Completed. Convince Braith to stop bullying Lars. And that completes the miscellaneous quest, Bullying Braith. Back to what we were doing now. Still need to finish clearing the house. We need to find and speak to Idoloth, Bergrit, and Ulfrid. And pick their pockets, because, unlike Lars, they have pockets we can pick. Silver Ingot. Another thing off my Hearthfire list. With that one in hand, I need 7 more. Now, behind this expert locked door is the proof that we need for missing in action. Like I said, there are various ways you can get it out of the Battleborns, but I like to stay friends with everybody and just manually steal it so they don't know it was me who took it. Lockpicking to 41. And this is an interesting book, and I'm not quite sure why it's here, but Imperial Report on Sarthal basically discusses, kind of gives you a little foreshadowing about the College of Winterhold questline and why Sarthal was built and the way the elves behaved the way they did in the infamous Night of Tears. Like I said, I never quite understood what it's doing in the Battleborn's house, but it's definitely an interesting read, especially if you're already familiar with the college questline, and even if you're not, it's some good foreshadowing. Oh, crud.
You dirty thief.
Wasn't even paying attention. Let's wait till I'm done in here. It's a much smarter way to do this. 2 more silver ingots. Actually, 3 more silver ingots. That's obviously important. With those 3, the total I need is now down to 4. Now, this isn't initially called Missive from General Tullius. It's called... It's just called Imperial Missive in the vanilla version. And of course, it's a note, so it'll be down here. I'm going ahead and putting it on my list. It says that Thorald has actually been imprisoned by the Thalmor in a place called Northwatch Keep. So he's not a prisoner of the Empire like the Greymanes thought. It's quite a bit worse than that, if we're being honest. And that's everything down here. We're ready to go clear out the upstairs. Or it seems we will at least find Bergrit, and should be able to speak to and pick her pockets accordingly. This is where John sleeps when he's at home. Nothing new in that whole pile. And there's Bergrit. She's asleep. I think in that case we'll pick her pockets first. Take advantage of Night Thief. Of course, it'll only matter. Her pickpocket is so high now, that'll only really matter if she's got something valuable. Which won't necessarily be the case. Nords of Skyrim, that's a new book, and it's basically about how Nords aren't a bunch of dumb brutes like everyone thinks they are. Oh, let's just skip over to books. That'll make it easier, won't it? Take it off the list. Pickpocket to 95. Alright. Alteration to 33. Lo and behold, we've gained a level. 31 is a health level. Let me see now. I was looking for anything that I'm interested in having in advance of level 81. I could take Armsman 2 or Agile Defender 1. Those are actually the only perks I can take that qualify. I guess I'll go with Armsman 2. Take it off the build list. Now we can go ahead and talk to her.
There's a rift here in Skyrim, and can't neither magic nor the passing of time make it right. Evgir Onslaught has come at last, the season unending, war without end. Can you believe those pathetic grey manes still show their face in public? There was love between our families, for generations. Now there is only enmity.
That's it for Bergrit.
Yes?
Now we just need to find Idaloth and Ulfrid. Then I can move on to the Temple of Kynareth. I'm going to go in about 20 minutes. That's actually pretty good. Before I go hunting for those two, I'm going to wait until daylight. Why? Vampires. I don't want to wander outside and spawn a vampire attack. I have decided to only worry about keeping important people alive. Anyone who gives me a quest that I haven't turned in. I'm mainly concerned with the vampire attacks, people who wander around at night. I am mainly concerned about Amryn and Belethor. It's not so bad if Belethor dies because Sigurd takes over his shop, actually.
Met kinsman.
Ulfred, patron of the great clan Battleborn. A name I'm sure you know well. I'm as much a Nord as the next man, but I'm no fool. I don't live in the past like those Greymanes. Jorland Greymane's a stubborn fool. Our friendship ended when he turned his back on the Emperor. Clan Battleborn's got a proud lineage in Whiterun, but unlike the Greymanes, we've also got wealth. My bloodin' days might be over, but my son Idolif is out there fighting for Skyrim, fighting for the Empire. Ha!
Tell me about Clan Battleborn.
Battleborn is a name out of legend, sung in the songs of old and heard in deeds of valor for 100 generations. For Clan Battleborn they cry in the mead halls, first into the fray and last to quit their ale. We've got honor, wealth, and titles too, aye, and buxom women to warm your bed on a cold Skyrim night. Now if that don't answer your question, then no words will. You watch yourself out there.
What about Clan Greymane?
Uncivilized pelt-wearing axe-draggers. It's a wonder they don't still live in a cave like those ancestors they keep boasting about. It's true, Vignar Greymane and his lot are one of Whiterun's oldest and, depending on who you ask, most respected clans. I don't dispute that. But it's one thing to take pride in your lineage, and another to cling blindly to the past. What they call honor and tradition.
Why the feud with Clan Greymane?
Money, you laggard. What else? It always comes down to coin. The Greymanes have deep roots in Whiterun, but so do we. Difference is, we're rich. And Vignar hates it. Oh, and they hate it too. All their big talk of pride and honor. And what have they got to show for it? Beggars' rags and stale bread. We've got the same pride, same honor, and we've got wealth.
There we
no
go.
wonder they envy us. Keep your eyes open.
I bet you could slay one of those mean old dragons. I bet you could do anything.
Ulfred doesn't really have anything. Kind of a surprise. He's usually got some high-value stuff. Doesn't matter much. That's it for Ulfred.
No good.
Now I just need to track down Idolif. He typically wanders around outside during the day and spends some time at the Bannered Mare as well. First thing I'm going to do is go talk to Avelstein and advance Missing in Action. Just that little bit. Then I'll track down Idolif. And then we'll head to the Temple of Kynareth. Where we will only steal what's useful. And talk to and pick the pockets of Danica Purespring and Acolyte Jensen. And then I'm pretty sure that we will, in fact, have time. There's Ulfina Greymane. To go to handle the Hall of the Dead as well. Which is very nice. Let's go chat with Avelstein.
Can a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here.
Oh gosh.
You're not supposed to be in here.
Thinks I'm trespassing.
Leave.
How the hell am I supposed to turn in the quest, or advance the quest, if I can't go talk to Avelstein?
Well met, kinsman.
It's like, come on, game.
You're not supposed to be in here.
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days?
Come on now.
Can a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here. This is the last time I'll...
Well, this is annoying. Come on now.
People have forgotten humor, poetry, and romance. I love the sword fight.
Well, let's give it a little time. In the meantime, since she's out here, we can go ahead and talk to Danica and pick her pockets.
It's a shame, isn't it?
You're a priestess of Kynareth?
Indeed. The temple here in the city is my charge. The goddess's divine blessings have no doubt helped make Whiterun a thriving and prosperous city. After all, it is she who brings rain to our crops and fair weather on
Has the Stormcloak uprising affected your duties?
Somewhat, yes. At first it seemed a distant thing, heard only in the idle speech of guards and traders. When the wounded soldiers began to return from battle, I did what I could to help them. As more of the sick and injured came to the temple, my work as a healer became more important than my duties as a priestess. I wish only an end to the fighting, so that I can tend to the...
I heard something happened to the tree at the temple.
The Gildergreen, yes. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. More of a problem for the pilgrims than for me, but not many of them around anymore.
What's so special about this tree?
To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even
Is there
its
any way
name
to
is in
revive
itself.
the tree?
I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap
Excuse
it.
me.
Not with any
Where's the
Norman
tree?
metal. If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the Hagravens. I've heard about the weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would
I'll
have
get
gone after it
Nettlebane for you.
myself. Your spirit is strong. Kynareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a Hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
You'll notice we now have a full-length side quest called The Blessings of Nature. I've agreed to help Danica Purespring repair the Gildergree, the large tree outside the Temple of Kynareth in Whiterun. Retrieve Nettlebane.
So, have you gotten Nettlebane back from those filthy Hagravens yet? May Kynareth's winds blow you to
Tell me more about Eldergleam.
It's an old tree, very old. They say it was a seedling when the first men were arriving from Atmora, thousands of years ago. The sap is precious. It can restore barren fields or bring life to rocks. I can use it to repair the Gildergreen, so we can worship properly again. May Kynareth's winds blow you to force.
Let's pick her pockets right quick. She typically doesn't have anything good, and is obeying that this time around. And I just saw Idolaf heading off towards his house. Let's go talk to him right quick so he's done.
Greymane or Battleborn? Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane.
I don't know what you're
Battleborn.
asking.
New in town, huh? Whiterun's got two clans, both old and both respected. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane
Battleborn.
or Battleborn? Then I say, well met, friend. I could tell you were a sharp one the moment I laid eyes on you. Long live the Empire. You've been a good friend to me. That means something. Damn those Greymanes to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them. Avelstein Greymane and I were best friends as children. If I see that traitor again, I'll throw him in jail myself. The cold, frightening truth is that the Empire represents progress. Anyone who fears progress is a coward. The Stormcloaks are content to live in the past forever. No wonder the provincials think we're all baseless savages.
Alright, let's pick his pocket.
Huh?
Then we'll be done with him. That was pretty easy. And now I'm actually a little bit ahead because I already talked to Danica. Let's see if we can visit Abelstein now before we go into the Temple of Kynareth proper. I certainly hope so. Oh good, nope.
Can a man have a bit of privacy? Get out of here! You're not supposed to be in here. Last warning, leave.
Maybe I can talk to Frelia and... I don't know.
If only you could help bring my son back to me.
I have proof that Thorold lives.
I knew he wasn't gone. I just knew it. Please, get that to Abelstein right away. You take care.
Well, I don't think that's gonna fix anything.
Aren't they? I always said
But
for myself when the traders bring them up in this.
I had meant to check the guard. I think I've probably hit all the guards by this point, but since it's still calling it trespassing, I'm gonna take a second and go into the temple. Like I said, completing the blessings of nature the way Danica wants us to raises her disposition and I think makes things in here free to take, so we'll only steal that which is useful. Like this. I don't believe I have Fortify Conjuration yet. I do not. Awesome. We'll take that for later disenchanting. None of these wounded actually do or say anything, even though it gives you interaction prompts, like you should be able to do something with them. Don't ask me why it does that. Shrine of Kynareth is more useful to me at this point than a Shrine of Talos is. Does the same cure all disease, but increases your stamina by 25 points for the duration of the blessing. Not bad, right? There's a bunch of lavender in here to take. Can't quite tell if I got detected there or not. Looks like I didn't. Good. I want this lavender.
The pain is so great.
Watch what you're doing.
Want this lavender too. I can just wait for Danica to leave.
Fever. My
It'll make it easy.
burns.
And get it out of this planter too.
I feel better already.
Here's the other entrance. No real problems. All that's left is that bedroom. Let's talk to Acolyte Jensen and pick his pocket. He has no dialogue at all. That makes it easy. Nothing particularly good in terms of pickpockets, but that's alright. As we head in here, take the gold out of there. Huh. Remove unwanted visual effects for Dragonborn, Vanilla, and Dawnguard. That must be added by a mod, because it looks like a Shrine of Kynareth. Anyway, I think we've read Beggar Prince. Let me double check right quick. Yes, we have. Ancestors in the Dunmer is a new book. Basically discusses traditional practices of Dunmer ancestor worship prior to the advent of the Tribunal Temple religion. Very interesting read, actually, especially if you're familiar with Morrowind. Watcher of Stones is about how this poor fellow is absolutely convinced that the standing stones around Skyrim have real power, but he is apparently unworthy of receiving their blessing, unlike us. Alduin is Real is a poorly written book, but it's a rebuttal to the Alduin-Akatosh dichotomy, which, with poor grammar and spelling, nonetheless correctly declares that Alduin is a big, bad, evil dragon who most definitely exists and most definitely is not Akatosh. There's a copy of Withershins hiding on the shelf, which is a skill book for restoration. It's my first one. There are 4 left to find. Withershins is a fun little story about a guy trying to undo a curse with sketchy magic who just ends up making it much worse. Aedra and Daedra, I believe, is new. It's pretty short and pretty straightforward. It discusses the difference between Aedra and Daedra. Namely, Aedra are spirits who are related to the inhabitants of Tamriel, and Daedra are not. Aedra have the power to create, Daedra only have the power to change. I think that's about it, really. The Song of Pelennor V1. These books came around during the Knights of the Nine expansion to Oblivion. They're kind of esoteric, to be honest, but they tell the story of Pelennor Whitestrake in 8 volumes. That's the first one. A Kiss, Sweet Mother, also new, describes the ceremony of the Black Sacrament necessary to summon a Dark Brotherhood assassin and have someone killed. Dream of Sovngarde, there's the Song of Pelennor Volume 2. 6 more to find now. The Wisp Mother, another creature description, something we haven't encountered yet, obviously, a Wisp Mother, and advances some theories on what they actually are. And I don't think the game ever actually makes it clear which theory is correct, but that's alright. Song of Pelennor V4 is another new one. Leaves us with 5 others to find. 3 and 5 through 8. A lot of books this run. It's good though. And that's it.
Oh.
The Temple of Kynareth is done. Well, not quite. I need to go grab this last planter of lavender. I just need Acolyte Jensen to turn. And I'll be good. And now I've got just a hair under 25 minutes. Should be plenty of time to deal with the Hall of the Dead.
You tried mercenary
See
work?
if Avelstein wants to talk to me yet.
Can't a man have a bit of privacy?
You would hope that this kind of thing would be fixed by the unofficial patch, but we'll get to it.
Sometimes I miss the soldier's life.
It's not like anything else happens, so I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, what do we have left? The Hall of the Dead, Jorvaskr, and Dragon's Reach. Let's tackle the Hall first. It's got a single inhabitant, Andurs, who has a quest for us. And I believe, although I'm not certain, that stuff in here is supposed to become free to take. It didn't in the vanilla playthrough. Maybe the unofficial patch will fix that.
I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living. Tell me, do you believe in mighty Arkay, god of life and
I'm not
death?
sure. Tell me about him.
Well, as I said, Arkay is the god of life and death. You'll find his temples and halls of the dead all across Tamriel. Priests of Arkay, such as myself, perform rites for the dead and sometimes console the bereaved. We also keep a constant vigil against those who practice the vile arts of necromancy. I asked the question because I was hoping you might be able to help me recover something I've lost.
What did you lose?
My Amulet of Arkay. It's the source of my divine powers and also a sacred badge of office. I misplaced it in the catacombs. I'd look for it, but I have been hearing noises down there. I fear the dead have become restless. Without that amulet, I'm powerless to confront them. Would you be
I'll find
to
your
search
amulet.
for it? I'll just wait here and make sure nothing foul escapes the catacombs.
Recover Andurs' Amulet of Arkay.
With this terrible war, I'm a bit overwhelmed. What are the catacombs? As Whiterun's priest of Arkay, I spread his word whenever I'm able. In the meantime, most of my hours are spent with the city's dearly departed. I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget how much I miss the company of the living. I'm all ears!
Let's do this right quick. Now, before we try to take anything from out here, let's roll in. Actually, believe it or not, it's time to rearm our greatsword. Head into the Whiterun catacombs. It's not major combat. There are 3 skeletons, but we'll deal with them, I tell you that. Oh, crud. Encumbrance. Didn't even occur to me it might be an issue. But that's it. So let's heal up right quick. And let's just go offload. With our buddy Bellathor. It'll take a bit to get to him, but that's fine. Take a bit to get to anybody this far away. We'll try that again after we're done in the halls. Because once we are done in the halls, it just leaves 2 big spots that'll each probably be their own video, because Dragon's Reach involves not only searching 4 zones of the castle, talking to a lot of different people.
They're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort, they're rifted. Might consider joining us.
But it actually entails advancing the main quest considerably. In fact, I may even end up heading out to the Western Watchtower and fighting the first dragon before I mess around with the companions. I haven't quite made up my mind about that yet, but I'll probably end up doing it. Because I need lots of dragon scales, and you need dragon souls to power your words of... Oh, to power your shouts.
Everything. Some may
Alrighty,
call this
Belethor.
junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Belethor, amazingly, is out of gold.
Do come back.
Alright, we'll be able to sell some stuff to Carlotta.
What do you need, my friend? Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing. Remember, fresh fruit and vegetables.
And now our carry weight's low enough that I can get back to business. First things first, I've got to try Avelstein again. Everything's getting weird. I thought Sadie had never left for Bannered Mare. I think maybe my mods are starting to screw things up. They shouldn't be, but...
Can a man
Come on, you sent me this. Find proof about your brother, douche canoe. Oh well.
You tried
I wonder if there's anything on UESP about that glitch. I'll pull it up while I'm trying to deliver the proof, or while I head back toward the Hall of the Dead. It would be in bugs, I believe. Ah. Well, the UESP does talk about it. And it says that this bug was theoretically fixed by version 2.0.7 of the unofficial patch. Apparently not, but it has a console fix for it. PRID 1A686, that targets Avelstein. Then I can hit the command move to player, which will put him here.
Do you have news?
I have
Did you
proof
find
that Thorold
something?
lives.
I knew it. Let me see, please. The Thalmor. By the 9, it's worse than I thought. So, Northwatch Keep. Then
You're going to assault Northwatch Keep?
I'll do anything if it means saving my brother. You'll join us, won't you? Thorald can't be left to those monsters.
You stay hidden. I'll take care of this.
Are you sure? I doubt you stand a chance against the Thalmor. I can have a group of men ready at a moment's notice. Many would be willing to help rescue my
sure. I'll bring him back myself.
Very well. I'll give you a chance. But if you can't do it,
completed. Deliver proof to Avelstein.
Forget Solitude or Windhelm. Whiterun was the crown jewel of Skyrim before. Well,
find a way to release Thorald from Thalmor custody. After being convinced to help and finding proof that he is still alive, I've offered to try and free Thorald Greymane from Northwatch Keep to prevent bloodshed on either side.
This was such a glorious city, but then everything had to change. The Empire came, and my brother was lost. Ah, but Skyrim. Skyrim is supreme among all nations. Our people, our native people, are unmatched in all Tamriel. One day the war will end, and the true heirs of Skyrim will inherit this great realm.
Alright. There we go. Good old console to fix our problems. Alright, let's clear out the catacombs now. Pretty easy with all the skeletons gone. Shouldn't really be anything in here, because none of the people have died. You'll note the skeletons in those nooks are not searchable. But occasionally you can find other things in there, as we'll see in a moment. Stuff inside the catacombs is free to take. Death Blow of Abernanit is, I believe, my very first block skill book. It has been around since Morrowind, and it talks about how one of the Ash Priests, one of the Ash Vampires, excuse me, one of the Dagoths was defeated. Pretty cool little book, actually. He was able to block any blow effortlessly, and the way one of the heroes eventually beat him is by asking him how he did it. As soon as he thought about it, tried to make it conscious, he couldn't do it anymore. So, that's the first of 5 skill books. Cool. No point in sneaking, there's nothing in here to hide from. So we won't get any experience. Unusual gem. Bring the unusual gem to an appraiser. Certainly. Starts a game-spanning quest called No Stone Unturned, which is actually yet another Thieves Guild quest, but Thieves Guild has a lot of quests associated with it. Thought I saw something. But I didn't. Search here. There's skeleton number 3. Grab some shit out of here. Most important, of course, is Andurs' Amulet of Arkay. Return the amulet to Andurs. And get ready for some very overdone voice acting. I found your amulet.
I spend so much time among the dead, I sometimes forget. Oh, thank Arkay! Please, take this gold for your troubles.
Andurs' Amulet of Arkay removed, 15 gold added, and that quest is now completed.
Be upon you. You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools. With this terrible
now,
war,
I can steal back the amulet. which I like to do, but do be aware that you can't use it in the spaces in Hearthfire where you actually need a Amulet of Arkay. It won't work. And this stuff still isn't free to take, so we're just gonna have to steal it all. Can't remember what the Blessing of Arkay does. Fortify health. Well, I consider that more useful than Fortify stamina, so let's do it. Well, apparently we can't make friends here in the Hall of the Dead. Not that it matters much. It's for everything except that stuff. We can just close the door and hide from him that way. Which makes stealing everything pretty easy. I think there are going to be a couple of new books in here, and that's all. Yes, the monomyth. It's basically, this one's pretty darn long, and it's a synthesis or a compilation of all of the various creation myths held to by all of the Tamrielic races. It's very long, but interesting, if you care. May turn out to be the only new book, we'll see. We've got about 5. There's the Song of Pelennor V6. That one's new. Got 4 more to find. 3, 5, 7, and 8. And there's Volume 7. And suddenly there are only 3. 3, 5, and 8. Alright. With that, we're done with everything. Other than... Oh, shoot, I almost forgot that table. Anything else out here? No. Okay, good. Alright, now... Hall of the Dead clear. We're done with everything except... Dragon's Reach and Jorvaskr. So what time is it? 6:40. I think what I'll do is head to Anissa's cabin. Offload my stolen stuff and everything else I'm holding on to. Then we'll refresh Bellathor's dollars to sell off the rest of our stuff. And then we'll end the video. What is this? Looks like Balbus is getting murdered by vampires. And we got 2 vampires, a fledgling and a mistwalker. This encounter is... This is just vampire attack. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to add it to the list, even though I don't think I'm going to clear it. But maybe. You never know. I was gonna say, if I can keep him on Balbus, I'll have a chance, but that didn't happen, obviously. I'm gonna go after the fledgling. Much easier to kill. Ooh, Fortify Conjuration and Magicka Regen. That'll be new and awesome. Now, of course, I need to figure out a way to eliminate the Mistwalker. Hand-to-hand is simply not going to work. Gonna have to murder this guy with a bow. Ping, ping, ping. That's how it's gonna have to be. Oops. I didn't want to do that.
I'll see you in pieces.
But the main thing is I have to somehow be far enough away. Come on. That he can't get me with his vampire spell. There we go.
I'll see you in pieces.
Oh, and I don't think I even registered it, but I did need 1 more vampire dust, and I got it off the fledgling. So I now have all the vampire dust I need, which is pretty awesome.
I'll make you pay.
Damn. Not only did he suddenly get close enough, but he gave me the disease. I really don't want to become a standard vampire. It's fairly useless. It's not like the Dawnguard questline ability to become a vampire lord, which, much like being a werewolf with the companions, is ball-stompingly awesome.
I'll make you pay.
Should probably save every so often. Problem with trying to melee vampires, of course, is their spell. I mean, you can sort of handle it if you're on normal difficulty, but you saw how easily his regeneration, well, it's really a drain because it hurts me and heals him, and it completely outpaces my ability to do damage at close range. So my only option if I want to kill him is to cheese him with a bow like I'm doing here. Oh man, Balbus, you fucking idiot! Should have stayed clear. Balbus just ruined my entire strategery. Fucking Balbus. I had to kill him myself.
You don't have a chance. Get it buried. There's no escape. Leave it.
Balbus is completely ruining my shit that was working.
You can't beat me.
You just fucking stay put, dumbass. I hate that dodge. I'm gonna have to finish him off.
I'll see you in pieces.
You idiot! Just stay away.
You don't have a chance.
There.
This ends now. Gods help us.
I hate that fucking dodge. It's so cheesy.
You can't beat me. It's nothing.
Good, no bounty.
Give me what you got.
Christ. Damn it!
Show me what you got. Son of a... This ends now. You can't beat me. Lucky it. You don't have a chance.
There now. Let me make sure I still don't have a bounty. Good.
I cannot best you. This isn't over. That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, that damn invisible thing they do is annoying. For the exact reasons you'd think it is. Oh, come on!
Isn't.
At some point, you have to not just let him spam that spell. There. That'll work.
I yield.
This is over.
Go to hell, douchebag. It doesn't really matter if I have the disease. Let me just check. Alright. We'll take his stuff. That vampire dust is freely usable as a simple ingredient. Balbus should have stayed the fuck away. He didn't know what was good for him, and so he pays the price. Now we can head to Anissa's cabin. Maik knows what's up. He's just fucking frozen down there like he should be. Anyway, there we go. Of course, we're 10 minutes over now. I probably won't be doing my Bellathor offload. I'll just offload my stuff here. Damn it, no, I need that potion. Those I already have. Good. Alright, no equipment upgrades. Let's head to the cellar. Nothing for the crafting loop, but this is a different story. The elk hide. Silver ingots. 1 vampire dust. All this goes in here. I don't have any unique stuff. I don't think I got any empty soul gems, but I did get 2 good disenchantables. With that, I can head back to Whiterun, and we'll soon be able to end the video. Honestly, all I need is for it to get there and let me save. Wait till daylight, because I can't afford to have people getting murdered.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's the magic?
Let's wait until 8 AM and then we will end the video. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll take the time to offload and get up to Dragon's Reach. That'll only take a couple more minutes. It's not like I'm trying to throw in a crafting session or anything.
Keep your hands Oh, a bit of this and a bit of...
Oh, let's give him 24 hours. It's odd that I'm just getting ambient wind sounds and not hearing any music. But whatever. Of course, now there's no sign of Belethor. There he is.
Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second. I'd even buy one of your relatives if you're looking to sell. Yeah, that's a little joke.
Now it's really being strange.
You just let me know what you need. I am at your beck.
Even after so many iterations of the unofficial patch, game still breaks sometimes.
Got something for just
there we go.
In here.
That'll do the trick. Okay.
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
There we go. Good. We're ready now.
Remember,
let's head up to Dragon's Reach. First thing to do, I think, is to talk to people sufficient to advance the main quest, because that'll turn Dragon's Reach friendly, although now that I think about it, it might already be friendly, thanks to Great Sword for a Great Man.
You're the best. Can you be my father?
The star! But you were once man. I, and as man, you said, let me show you the power of God.
So, almost done in Whiterun. All we have left are, well, the two biggest things. Dragon's Reach and Jorrvaskr. After Dragon's Reach and the completion of Dragon Rising, I think I'll take a break and do a crafting session before I join the companions and clear out Jorrvaskr. And after that, of course, we will be ready to get back to exploration. Nearly 20 minutes over now, so it really is time to stop. I'm just checking to see if Dragon's Reach is already friendly or not, because if it is, then I would rather start in the dungeon.
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
And that, of course, would be its own indication. Yes, Dragon's Reach is already friendly. Cool. Let's head down to the dungeon. There are 4 zones for Dragon's Reach. The dungeon, the base zone, the balcony, and the Jarl's quarters. I note that finishing up, or that turning Dragon's Reach friendly does not turn the dungeon friendly, so we'll start with the dungeon in our quest to clear Dragon's Reach, which is where we'll pick up next time on Let's Play Skyrim. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.